Okay, so let's build. Everybody's asking me here if we can build like a customer agent. So let's build a customer agent for something. Okay, just a second to open my Claude. Where are you? Visual Studio. Interface for Mac.com using the webhook responder skill. Okay, so let's start with the start. If I need to go now, let's say we go inside make.com. So just to maybe first to help you understand the concept. So I'm here in a make scenario. I have a webhook. I'm creating a webhook. I'm adding a link to this webhook. Okay, so this will be a webhook for loading the page. And then the magic happens with a webhook response, where this response will say, this is the page. Okay, so now if I turn this scenario on and activate it, if somebody loads this link from the webhook, they will get the message that I put on the other side. Okay, so this is the page. So that's what's actually running the page. Okay, so this is the scenario that, let me close a bit few of this stuff here. Too much stuff. Come on, why did I close that? Yes. Okay, so this is what it's powering the page. Now I need to ask Claude what I want to build here and what this page should do. Okay, so if I want to embed some data to it, let's say I want to embed some data from from Airtable. It can be HubSpot, it can be whatever. Okay, let's say I have let's put an order review here. So I have HubSpot, oh no, Airtable. I think I have the orders in search records. So this in this case is returning me some products. Okay, so let's say I want to have on that page some products, to review some products, and then I will connect that page towards an AI agent. So first I'm going to aggregate the data. I'm going to take everything from this Airtable module, all, just for simplifying that. And then in order for me to be able to easily use this with an AI, I will say, hey, I have a variable, and this is the products, and I will put here the array from make. Okay, and I will copy this and I will run it once. I need this. So if I run it like this, it will return a lot of data here. Okay, everything I have in that database. So now I can just go to AI, to Claude, and say, hey, I have this products in Airtable, and I will map it to the interface. Here is the mapper. So I'll give this mapper, and here is the current result. And I put everything that I have there. And I would say I want to have an interface for reviewing products and send the feedback towards another webhook in make to upload it back to Airtable. And I will also have a webhook for discussing about the product with an AI agent. Okay, to make this easy, I can even create those right now. So I don't need to go back and forth. I actually put it as variable. Put the webhooks and all configuration in a config section. Okay, so until this finishes, we can go inside make. Let's create a new scenario. Again, we need a webhook. So this webhook here, let's say this will be the agent webhook for feedback. This will go to an AI agent. I will add another one. I'm not sure which one is doing what, but let's use Gemini. Why not? Actually, I'm going to use make just to keep it simple. And I will use GPT-5.5. Okay. You are a product expert. Help me analyze if this product is structured correctly. Use AI, use web search to determine if this is correct versus other websites. Again, just a simple input there, just to have something. Right now, I don't have an input yet. I'll define it in a bit. Any conversation ID, save. Okay, now I need to add maybe a tool for web search. I think May has that now. Make AI web search. Check the web for this product on websites like emag or ebay.com. Save. And then I will have to return the answer back to the web page. So I will just return the response back. Okay, so that will be the scenario that's powering the AI agent. I will turn it on for now. So let's see what we get from Claude. So Claude asked me clean e-commerce slide, make it future brand Dark Studio. Let's go for a Dark Studio. A free text, approve, next, per product, batch at the end. So let's wait for a second for Claude to finish this. Okay, so that's the page that it built for now. Let's see if this runs. We'll get a preview shortly, but it's still running, so I don't want to wait. So I'll copy all things from here and let's see if this runs. Okay, let's update this. Save, save. Okay, so now I have this reviewer that's loading. Now it's just sample data. We will need to go and connect now Airtable to that. And then we have here some discussion about it where we need to connect the agent and we can see the pages, open the images and so on, right? So this is connected to the data that's coming inside there. Now, if I go back to the scenario, we need to see somewhere inside this code here, there will be where the configuration needs to go. I can ask, I don't know if Claude already mapped it correctly or we need to map it, you see, make replace the array. So these sample products here, sometimes it does it automatically. Sometimes you need to come in and do it. So is this one here, that's the products. I'll remove that and I will replace that with the my array. And I will delete it from here so it's not duplicated. Here there's the other URLs, the feedback URL, which seems to be, no, it's not filled. So let's put this. Don't remember exactly. So this was the feedback one. Save, save. And now if we reload it, they should be connected to it. If we come here and push a button, let's say this is approve, this is request change. I don't like the description, etc. I go to the next one. Approve again. It put the buttons down. Maybe I would put the buttons somewhere very easy to find. Just feedback the AI to do it the way you want. In this case, I just went with it. So if I request for these changes, if I submit that feedback, it says submitted. If we go here, we should be able to see that history. And we have that queue here that's showing that history. So just to show you how it looks, we go in. So this one first empty, second one. And here you have each product, the name, the decision, true. And if I have a comment, I have the comment here, right? So now I would connect that to Airtable, maybe an iterator, and then update each of that product with that comment and so on, and continue the process from there. I'm not going to do this right now as we're running out of time. Let's try to connect the AI agent. So we have this AI agent. Let's see if I refresh now the page. And I come here and say, what do you think about this product? What I want to see is how this information gets first here. So I'm send. So this send me the information. You can see there was a product ID sent, a product name, a message, and a history. What I want to do now, I will use the product ID as the conversation ID. So every time we're discussing about this, it goes in the same discussion, in the same thread. I could also tell Claude to, for every conversation, to have a thread ID. So then it goes to the same thread. Depending on what you're doing, you might need that or not. In this case, I can use the product ID easily. And then I will put the message into the input. What do you think? History. I don't need the history because the history will be just kept in the make, so I don't need that. And I will click save. And with that, let's see if this works. So now if I come here and say, what I don't have there, I don't have the, I have not sent any of the information of the product, I just realized, right? So it's asking me some questions. If we go back to the history of this, you can see in the execution that this went here with the product. The AI did an output and it asked for more stuff, had a response, and then I returned the response. Okay, I have the second part of this, which was not very good, but let's remove that. So now I could do two things. I could ask the AI to send me all the information from here, right? So I have all this information here and send it over directly to the AI, or because it's not like that yet, I don't want to wait for the AI, I will put here another module. I would say Airtable, search records, and I will search for that product and give that context to the AI. Do I have product ID? Actually, even better, I can just add a module, Airtable, get a record. And I'm just putting this record ID here, so I'm getting this. I will run it first just for a test directly from here. It's getting me all the product details. I will connect it here, and I'm going to add the same details as the input. Here are the product details, and then I have product here, Airtable, get a record. Okay, so now this will get the product, put it in the conversation. Check it now. The downside of what I did right now is that I added that product all the time there, so the information will go all the time as context. If we do not want to do that, it might be better to optimize it with like get a product by ID tool. We can easily go and create a tool instead of adding that all the time. I'll show you that in a second. Let's see what the result is here. Actually, let's let it run and we change it and I show you the result in a bit. So here, instead of getting the result here, I could easily add a tool here for Airtable, get record, and I would say get a product by ID, retrieve a single record by its ID, a single product by its ID, and I need to put it here, product. Okay, and then here, instead of giving it all the details, I will say product ID is product ID. And I will delete this from here and save. right? So now I got an answer here from Claude. It used some Markdown, so I should create an interface that allows me to use Markdown or text and stuff like that. But as you can see, it responded in context, which is the important part. But you can ask them to optimize that interface. I will switch to another product and say, what is the title of this product? Okay, if we go back to the latest, let me save this. Let's go back to the latest execution. You can see it took this, it went for the AI. The AI thinks of it, decided to do a tool calling, got the product by ID, went to Airtable, got that product, and then responded us, right? So imagine you can do whichever orchestration you want between different platforms, and you can really create the interface that's really suited for that process, for that thing that you want to achieve with it. Again, the benefits versus like plain vibe coding with something like Lovable or Bolt is that this is I would use this for very simple interfaces where I do not want to have another server to manage, another platform to manage a lot more complexity. I'm using this for quick processes that needs to do something where we need to get some information, fill, and especially where we need to get the data and push the data back into some platforms, easier than just using plain orchestration with some additional form. We create a special interface, and that with that interface, the user has the flexibility to work the way they prefer in a personalized environment.